I think we're technically live. Here we are.
Yay.
Woohoo! We made it. We made it. Well, welcome to my channel, and thank you so much, my co-host, wonderful Danielle from Bookara. Really appreciate you, trying this out with me.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And, thank you so much for getting us into the Lunaralong, because this is super exciting. It's fun to have this big group of people that wants to, talk about books together.
Yeah, for sure.
So how far along are you in Cinder? You kind of said you have been working on it, but how far did you get?
I meant to look at that before we actually started this. I am on chapter 14.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, a lot of people on the Discord have already finished it though, so it's a pretty quick. I mean, I know it was a pretty quick read, but yeah, everybody's just like zooming right through it.
And we have people finishing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If time allowed, maybe I'll finish it tonight.
Are you a pretty quick reader?
No, I wouldn't say that. But I think once you hard.
Oh, you froze up. Can you hear me? Are you there, Danielle? Yeah, no? Well, I think Danielle's frozen right at the moment, but I am only on the 5th chapter. I'm starting the 6th chapter, so I'm not quite as far along. I was telling Danielle that I've been reading way too many books. Like, I've been starting way too many books lately. I've been having a hard time just like picking up a book and completing it, because things have been coming up, like my library books are due, so I'm like, oh, I gotta get those ones read. And so then I've like started 3 or 4 different books because they're due, and so it's been a problem. I'm like, I have like 8 books that I'm currently working on. So I think while Danielle's trying to figure out her internet, we will see what's going on. We've got Kim. Hello, how are you doing? Doing good. How are you doing, Kim? How far along are you on Cinder? Have you finished? Gotten pretty far? I am excited to see where this goes. I really can't say too much at the moment because I haven't gotten very far yet. Hey, how's it going, Anne-Marie? Good to have you here. Let's see. Hi, Amy. Yeah, okay, good. What are you going to be reading then, Amy? What are you going to be reading tonight, since you've already finished Cinder? What is everybody reading? Let's see, what else have I started on recently? I am about halfway through Outlander. I'm like working on the Obelisk Gate. I'm working on Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? What else? I started in Sense and Sensibility, which is the 3rd of that Sense and Sensibility, or that Jane Austen retelling series that I had kind of been reading, and I'm loving it, but it's due like in 2 days, so that's why I've kind of skipped ahead on all these books. See, I'm on chapter 20 now, really into it. Okay, good. So did it take you a while to get into it, Kim? I'm just curious, like, because I'm the first couple sections, the first couple chapters, in general, starting a new book takes me a while to get into it. And so I'm finally starting to kind of get into the action. There's quite a bit of action from the very beginning, though. It's a pretty exciting book from the very get-go. Hey, Shell, how's it going? I just finished our Assassin's Quest video, and that'll be going up tomorrow. The War That Saved My Life by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. I have not heard of that one. Let's see. I read the book in 1 day, but now I'm just waiting for September to start. Yeah, I know. I really need to, and I will do it soon, guys. I really need to put up the chapter sections for the Discord for the next section. And I will get that done so that we can already put up Scarlet. So for people who are ready to start the next, because you can always start the next book whenever you want. So I'll at least get that up there so you guys are able to. Let me see if Danielle was able to get back to me. Hold on 1 second. Okay, let's see. Do androids remove? Yeah. So have you read it, Kim? It's curious. It's a very curious book. I know it's really short, so it won't be too hard to get into. But I mean, it hasn't been too hard to get into, and I am fascinated by it. But I haven't really felt any strong attachment to the story yet. But I am finding that I'm having a hard time putting it down. So that's positive. Pinned by Sharon Flake. Yeah. I hope you enjoy when you start the Jane Austen retelling trilogy. It's a lot of fun. Like I said before, it's a hot mess in a lot of ways, but it is so good. And you end up really liking all the characters because they get intertwined. It's, people within the same family and whatnot. And I've never heard of Pinned. Oh, Danielle's ready.
Oh my
Are you
gosh.
back?
I had to switch to my cell phone. Something is going on with my computer. So this is what
You're not breaking up anymore. You sound perfect now.
That's good. It must be the computer.
We were just chatting, so I was going through the comments. Yeah, Amy, I'm struggling with that. I was telling Danielle that I keep starting new books, and I think it's just, I don't know. I'm trying not to go into a reading slump, I think is what it is. And I'm afraid I might go in that direction because my interest in reading and just in general lately has been, I don't know, I'm losing steam. How about you, Danielle? Have you reading pretty well?
For me, it's just time right now, like trying to find the time to read. So that's why I think the sprint is going to be really good.
Yeah, it's going to help me. I need to make a dent into this. Let's see, Deanne, I'm reading The Memory Collectors, not quite finished with Cinder, though. The Memory Collectors, I've heard of that one. These are all books you guys are reading, all books that I have either barely heard of or have not heard anything about. So that's fascinating. How far along are you in Cinder, Deanne? Let's see what
Kim
says. She was liking it to start, but the last few chapters really pulled you in. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. I've heard such positive. Yeah. Are the other books that way? Have you noticed it? Did you read all the other books, Danielle?
I read the first 3. So I read Cinder, Scarlet, and Cress. And then I started to read Winter. And for whatever reason, I didn't finish it. So I don't think it was not because I wasn't enjoying it. I just think I got distracted. But yeah. But they're all like that. They all just kind of suck you in, I think.
Good, because I heard one person say they didn't like Cress at all, and that's where they stopped. And they're thinking that they might go back and read Winter, but because they didn't like Cress, they were just on pause. So I was just curious what you'd thought about the other ones.
Sorry about the beeping. The oven is going off.
Okay. Oh, the audiobook. Have you listened to the audiobook at all for these, Danielle?
No, I have not. Is it good?
I don't know. That's Amy saying the audio is fantastic.
I see it now.
See, she got on. Mom got on. Yeah, Mom was not as interested in Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. It's funny because Kim and her mom have been reading books together, and so I always give Mom's books that I'm reading to read together in a sense. She reads faster than I do. But it's always funny to see which books she doesn't like versus, which books I like, and then she's like, I'm not having it. It's fun to see. Yeah. Hey, KL. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so you're listening to the audiobook of Cinder and loving it. That's good to hear.
What's KL eating?
Yeah, good question. What are you eating, KL? Are you hungry? Have you not eaten anything yet?
It's going to happen momentarily.
Oh yeah. I think I remember you saying you didn't like it, Kim, or something. I remember now that you had read it and you didn't like it. You didn't like it. I have to go back and we'll have to talk about it after I finish. Good. Okay. The audiobook is great. Yeah. Good. Maybe at some point I've got to use these nice new books that Magda got for me. So that's why I'm
Those are gorgeous.
I got these brand new books. I have to read them. Plus, I'm listening to Catch 22 on audiobook, so that's it's a pretty long one. Scarlett's your favorite? That's okay. I'm going to try and finish Androids during this sprint. Oh, okay. She's going back to it. But you remember liking Cress. Okay. I mean, it was just one opinion. We never, you never know when you hear people's reviews and if they didn't really like the series in general, it's hard to say, it could be different for different people.
What did you read? I missed that part.
Oh, because I was saying how I had heard that someone didn't like Cress. I don't remember who it was, but I was listening to someone's reviews, or they were picking up Winter finally, and they said they stopped after Cress because they didn't like Cress at all. And so I was just curious what people thought of Cress, because that was the one that the person who I heard review say they didn't like that particular one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it sounds like you and Amy both liked Cress. So... Any other books you're working on right now?
Me?
Yeah.
I am working on The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. Yep.
I'm so excited. I just got that one at a thrift store recently, and I was shocked that he had it in such good condition. And I'm just I've been wanting to read that for so long, so I'm glad you're reading it. How do you like it?
Yeah. I'm reading it, I'm doing a buddy read with Cassie that I know from Instagram, and yeah, I love it. We've been doing like a chapter a day, so we'll finish it by the end of the month. And it's like I told you before, it's one that you don't want to rush through. I'm in no hurry to finish it because I'm just loving it so much. So
yeah. Good. I'm so excited. I mean, I know I won't, who knows when I'll actually get to it, but that's one in particular that I'm really have been dying to read for a long time now. But that's how I am with I've been reading. I'm supposed to start Mad Ship this month, and I like these books. I like the Ship of Magic so much that I don't want to rush through it. It's 850 pages, but I just want to take my time and savor it because I'm enjoying this particular trilogy so much.
Yeah.
Some books just need to be savored.
Agreed.
Oh, okay. So even though it wasn't your favorite, Amy, you still enjoyed it that much. Yeah, I'm excited to get further along. So I'm ready for this. Are you ready to do? Let's see what Kim has to say really fast. And then, yeah, I know. Have you gotten to match the live ship traders at all, Kim? Just curious. So, Danielle, did you finish the Farseer trilogy?
No, I read The Assassin's Apprentice, and I read that I think in May or June, and I haven't picked up the next one yet, but I loved it. I loved it enough to name my cat Fitz. So
who's the cutest little kitty? Is he gonna make is he gonna show himself?
No, he is not here. I'm at Mark's house, so you may see Maeve or Mello. They already knocked down my ring light once, so so we'll see. You may still get some kitty action.
Okay, good. That'll be fun. Yeah. Okay. Well, have you? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry, Kim. I know that you already are on the Tawny Man trilogy. You've at least started that. I'm a little excited. Yeah. Okay. Well, good. I'm excited to find out how much I love this series, because so far I'm having fun with it. So I think we should probably start our first sprint. And so you can get your food, Danielle.
Yeah, I've got pizza rolls sitting right here. So
perfect.
How long are we sprinting for? Do we know?
What do you think?
I do not know. I didn't know if we were gonna roll for it or if we were just gonna set a certain time.
We can do that. We could do a random number generator.
Okay.
What do you want to try? How long should the things be?
Oh gosh. I have no idea. We could do like 30, 40, 45. I don't know. Stick some numbers in there. I didn't know how long you wanted to go at first, Amy. When do you want to check back in?
Let's go with um 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'll roll between 1 and 4. How's that sound?
Perfect.
Okay. 1 through 4. 20. 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Bear with me because it may take me a minute to figure out if I can remember how to do this.
You're gonna put the timer on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something weird about this screen share that if I don't have it up, if I've already used it, because I was practicing with it, if I've already used it, then I have to reopen the screen, and I'm sure that I'm doing something wrong. But, oh well. One of these days I'll figure out how to do this well. Okay, there it is, timer. Okay, let's
Here
do
you go,
it.
Amy.
Ready? Here we go. There we go.
How'd you do?
It shouldn't be so tricky. I finished through to chapter 7, so I finished a chapter, got 11 pages read.
About how I did too.
Let me tell you.
What's got you all riled up?
That evil stepmother.
Oh yeah, Adri.
Mm-hmm.
She's pretty bad.
They're pretty good at being evil.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah. How did everybody else do? Did you guys do well? Because it took me a little bit to get into it. Just my brain.
I had to put one of the cats in timeout because she was severely interfering with my reading. So once I did that, then I got some reading done.
Okay. Yeah. How are your pizza rolls?
They're good. They're good.
Looks like Anne Marie's jealous. I don't blame you. Pizza rolls are delicious. Yeah. So have you read any other versions of Cinderella aside from watching the Disney Cinderella? Have you read any of the other versions?
Oh gosh. I don't know. But I will tell you, this is not related. So if anybody has ever read the Mercy Thompson books by Patricia Briggs, Cinder and her mechanic abilities remind me of Mercy, which they're not, that's like werewolves and shapeshifters and all that, but still the fact that they're so handy makes me think of the other
similarities.
Yeah. But now off the top of my head, I can't think of any other Cinderella.
Yeah, I've only ever watched the Disney version, and she was so close to the father. It was her father, and she was so close to him. And this, at least from what I've gotten so far, the father just kind of adopted her, but she didn't really have much experience with him. He died pretty soon after he adopted her. Is what.
Yeah,
at least
I noticed that too. That in this version, he doesn't seem to be her biological dad.
Yeah, which seems kind of sad because she doesn't have those, at least Cinderella from the cartoon had those memories of that person who really did care for her, Mm-hmm. I know she has Aiko, but she doesn't really have a person who she has these wonderful memories of loving her through her whole life. At least not at this point. I don't know yet. So,
well, which sister is it? Peony or Pearl? Pearl.
Peony.
Yeah. Which one is it? Which one loves
Peony.
her?
Peony.
Okay. Yeah. So she does. Too.
But it's still not like that long, someone who's been on your side, who's loved you for many, many years since you were born, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It just seems kind of sad.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, 34 pages of androids. Oh, it's getting exciting. Okay, good to hear. Oh, it's maybe too exciting. I'll keep an eye on Mom.
Complications or something.
Exactly. I read 2 chapters, 20 pages of The War That Saved My Life. Okay, that's great. Gosh, these fast readers, Amy. Hello, welcome. That's all right. You're not late. You're just on time, perfectly on time. 16 pages. Oh, that's cute. What kind of dog do you have, Anne Marie?
Yeah.
Oh. Is that true? I haven't read any of them yet. Have you? Have you seen the show at all?
No.
Yeah, I haven't either. I have the book. We got the book at a thrift store, so I definitely want to read it at some point, but it hasn't happened yet. So the show was so popular, though. Everybody loves the show so much. It makes me want to watch it. Oh, yeah. Me too.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Amy. No, that is one of my all-time favorite movies. And Cinderella in that movie is named Danielle, so you know it gets points for that. Yeah, that movie is amazing.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too. Oh, so good. Yeah, Ever After is a good movie. It's a good movie. She does. You're right, Shell. She has her one sis. But she hasn't even known Peony for that long. If you think about it, how long has she been living with Audrey? It hasn't been her whole life. I don't know.
Yeah, what was she, like 11 when she came there or something?
Yeah. So it's been like 8 years then, I guess. 7 years, 6 years, something along those lines. How old is she now? How old is she now? 16, 17?
17, yeah, something like that.
Oh, yeah, get some sleep, Kim.
Woo! Kim's up late.
Glad you could join us. Thank you so much. I know we are always on different schedules, so it's hard to catch each other's sprints. Have a good night. Oh, golden doodle. Oh, so cute. Those doodles are awesome because, well, most poodles don't shed, and poodles have pretty good personalities. So and then goldens, of course, have really good personalities. So it's got to be a pretty fun dog.
Yeah.
Oh, it's middle grade. Okay. You didn't have to tell us that, Amy.
Love me some middle grade. Yeah. Amy's got all the recommendations. I need to be writing this down. The war that.
Oh, wait. The war that saved my life. Well, I was going to say, we were impressed with the 20 pages. So it was okay. Yeah, I'm in, like, I will say one thing about this is that from the very get-go, there's a lot of action. Things happen so quickly in this. She doesn't waste much time getting into all the action. Things happen right at the beginning at the market, and then with Peony, and now with the next section with Audrey. It's so quick, which is pretty cool. Like, it keeps you excited.
Yeah.
No, but she doesn't remember her life before. Okay. Well, maybe she'll remember at some point. I don't know. I haven't read this one before, so it'll be interesting to see what I find out about Cinder. Mine's a middle grade.
What's Anne-Marie reading?
Let us be impressed. Let's see. Let me see if I can see what Anne-Marie said she was reading. Pinned by Sharon Flake.
No, I don't.
I gotta look that up. Pinned. And then Amy says she highly recommends her. So write it down.
Yeah.
Write it down. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's my first time. Yeah, and I'm sure, like, rereading, especially because it reads pretty fast. So rereading probably goes really quickly, I would imagine, because it's a pretty quick. It seems like it's a pretty quick read, anyways. Pinned by. Oh, I'll have to check this one out. I'll check out.
What are you reading then, if you're all through Cinder? She read The War That Saved My Life.
Oh, I gotta write all these books down. You guys. I already have enough books I need to read.
We were going to be growing our TBR tonight.
I know. It's always so dangerous for me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So do you got any big plans for this weekend?
No. This was my big plans.
That's good, though. Relaxing. Relaxing is nice. Huh?
Maybe I'll get some reading in. Yeah.
You have any other books you want to start?
Yes, I do. What was the one? The Marriage Bargain by Heidi Kimball, and I don't know what else was on my Oh, Stinking Mistborn. I need to get through that. And
I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it. I don't believe it.
I did talk to somebody who said that they enjoyed Such a Fun Age, which made it on my stack this month.
Yeah,
So
I saw that. Yeah.
I'm kind of maybe motivated to read that now. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. Yeah. Mistborn though.
Well, and like I'm even kind of cheating with that one because I'm probably around 100 pages in, but I haven't picked it up since like February. I don't know. So yeah, I just need to
Yeah.
finish it.
Did you like what you read so far with those 100 pages?
Yes. Um, yeah, I mean the allomancy and all that stuff is pretty cool, like the metal magic, but um and then, I think I'm getting little snippets of like the backstory, but it was just feeling a little bit slow for me, but I think probably it would be at the beginning. So
Yeah, especially those longer. I haven't read anything by Brandon Sanderson yet, and I'm still scared. But I'm going to be reading this month, which is middle no YA. So I figure I can handle this.
yeah.
But I don't know when I'll start. I'm not going to start Brandon Sanderson until I probably finish all Robin Hobbs, because Robin Hobbs already a big undertaking.
Yeah, for sure.
Historical fiction star. Oh, that sounds really good. Stars Over Sunset Boulevard, set in Hollywood in the 1930s. I'm gonna write that one down because that sounds really good. I'll check it out.
Yeah. I think I remember you talking about that one being set on the set of Gone with the Wind. That's cool.
Is it romance? Oh no, it says historical fiction. Right, it says it right there. Jeez. Disney movies. Yeah. Are you watching Disney movies?
Or are we,
I love Disney movies.
or
Huh?
are we still talking about Cinderella retellings? I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Yeah. I mean, that was my favorite Cinder. That was my favorite princess movie girl. One of my favorite Disney movies, because that's like my age. That was what I grew up watching. So it was
Mhm.
my favorite princess movie for sure. Yeah, I loved Such a Fun Age as well.
Yeah.
I think I give it 4 stars. I did really enjoy that one. I read it last year, last August, I think. I have heard, yeah, you got to do it.
I
You
need
got
to
to do
press
it, Danny.
through. I know I do. Yeah. Me too.
It's a dangerous thing, Amy. It's a dangerous thing. Yeah, no, this is terrible. I already got 3 books I need to look up. That's horrible. I'm trying to get rid of books off my TBR, not add more. Oh, goodness. Are you ready? Feeling ready for another sprint?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's 1 through 4, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30. 30-minute sprint. Feel good about that?
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to give me a second to pull it up. Because, yeah. All right, let's see if I can do this. Share. No, wait, no.
5 minutes.
I don't
Pretty
think
fast.
wouldn't get much done. Okay, are we ready? Here we
Ready.
go. Hello. How'd it go? How'd it go?
I made it to chapter 18.
Oh, good. I did 20 pages, made it to just starting chapter 10. So I finished chapter 9. Yeah. Exciting stuff.
It's so hard
It's
to
interesting.
talk about it without like accidentally spoiling something.
I know. I'm like, I want to talk about it, Danielle, but I can't. But yeah. Interesting. It's interesting. I guess that's about all I can say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. I was curious about how her makeup, how exactly everything fit together. So I didn't realize that they put a panel in the brain. So that was interesting. I don't think that gives me away. I was just curious how all of it worked, like for all these different cyborgs. And then they were saying that one guy was like 6.4%. So I was just curious what that meant. And so it's interesting learning more about the cyborgs, that's for sure. But I won't say any more because I know that, any further than that might be, I don't want to give anything away or anything. But yeah, I know. And that's the only problem is I can't talk about. I'll go back afterwards and go on the Discord and start talking in our little spoilery sections.
That's a good idea. I forgot about that. Yeah, we should do that.
Amy read 4 chapters, 34 pages. Fantastic. Let's see. Sorry, we got loud trucks that like to drive by. 35 pages, 3.5 chapters. Fantastic. Oh, Shell's killing me. Shell's killing me with, what did you finish, Shell? She's already started Madship, and she knows better than me now because I don't know when I'll be able to start it. But she ended up picking it for one of her readathons, so she has to read it. And who knows when I'll pick up Madship. Anne Marie's got 21 pages plus laundry, trying to quickly do a chore and then keep reading. That's perfect. Productivity, reading, anything works. And I need to. Do you do productivity sprints like in your own time, Danielle? Do you ever set timers and try to get things done that way?
No, I've not. I haven't tried that.
It's pretty effective. I've done it off and on for quite a few years. Not like from YouTube, but just, if I want to get something done, set like a 15-20 minute timer and then do that thing and then take a little short break, but then do another 15-20 minutes. And it helps me. Not all the time, but some of the time.
That's good.
Because I'm not so great at. I completed not the ending I expected. Uh-oh, you got worked up because, that's not good. I need to get. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was interesting too. I one of the things about Cinder, the section I was reading, I don't think this is a spoiler at all, but he was saying something like, well, better cyborgs than humans, talking about testing different things on them. And I'm just like, especially that one guy that was 32, who was 6.4%. He's not even that much of a cyborg. So little of him is actually a cyborg, and yet because he's partially cyborg, they're looked down upon. And the thing is it's none of their faults. Like all these cyborgs are cyborgs because they've had to be saved in some way because they either got injured or something happened. It's crazy.
Right. And I don't remember who pointed it out, but it could easily happen to any one of the people that are currently looking down on them,
Yeah, it's such a weird, it's because it's, I don't know, it's interesting. It's interesting. Let's see. Call it 2020. 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off. That's perfect. Yeah, it's very effective for me. I've found that when I actually do that, I get much more accomplished than when I don't. So, something good to try out. Hi, Hi, Lee. Waiting for Cinder from the library. Simple Wild and the Seven Sisters. Oh, more books I gotta look up. Or at least look them up. Yeah, it can be a pain in the butt waiting for the books from the library sometimes.
Yeah, my library has such a small selection that I have just almost all but given up. I feel like every time I go to like the online catalog or whatever, they never have what I am looking for. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, I've like I said earlier, I've got a few books that I have to send back in the next day or so, and I still have like 3 renewals on them, but because people are waiting for them, they just need to get more books. That's what they need to do, so I can enjoy my books in the length of time I need to enjoy them in. Hey, Naomi, welcome. Glad you made it. Oh, the Jeffrey Deaver. That's the one you really like, right, Shell? That series that you're really enjoying, that you were giving high ratings to. Right? It's based off that TV show, or is that a different one? The Bones? I don't remember. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Well, as we were talking about it, seems like it's a pretty quick read, so you should be able to get through it, Naomi. Although Naomi reads a lot of books each month. I was commenting on her TBR. She always got so many books. I'm impressed because she always actually reads all of them, whereas I get a lot of books and I don't read all of them. Yeah. Yeah. Any books that you've read recently, Danielle, that you wanna give other people, make them add it to their TBR?
Oh my gosh. So I think I told you, Amy, about that book Out of My Mind by Sharon. I think it's pronounced Draper. It's Draper. Anyway, that was really good. And I actually just saw it's middle grade fiction. And I actually just saw on NetGalley that there's a second book coming out, like another book about that same character. So that is super cool.
Is it part of a series, or is it going to be standalone in its own right? Or,
I mean, I don't really know. I guess I would consider it a series because it's about that. Like I said, it's about that same girl.
Same character. But that's cool. Yeah, that's good. Are you pretty good at NetGalley?
I kind of took a little break from it, but I'm gonna start trying to, I think, read an advanced copy in some form, maybe like once a month, like try to squeeze one ARC on my TBR a month. I think that would be a good goal.
Yeah. I read a couple in June or May, and I still haven't actually written the reviews. So like getting in there and writing decent reviews, I've been struggling with. So like I can actually read the book, and I can do like reviews on my channel, but writing out those fancy reviews.
Yeah.
That's what I've gotten really behind on.
It takes a little bit of time. It's kind of like an art trying to make your words adequately express how you really feel about the book, but I guess if you can talk about it, you can just write down what you say.
Yeah. I know it should be that easy, right?
Yeah, I know it's not, but
oh yeah, that's been me most months recently, Naomi. Goodness. Blended by. Oh, have you read Blended at all, Danielle?
No, not Out of My Mind. I would like to. Yeah. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, that one's on my.
I hadn't heard of Blended yet, so that's cool.
Oh, the
Again.
movie. Sorry, Shell. Okay, yeah, she's been loving that series. The Jeffrey Deaver series says it's most of them. I think she gave 5 stars to. So sounds like it's a thriller. I think thriller
Man,
series.
that's really good.
Yeah.
I I thought maybe one or two of the other ladies on here tonight had read it. Amy Bowman has read it.
On the worst. Yeah, it's not. It's I it's fun to do like when you sit down and actually not, I wouldn't say fun to do, but it's a nice way to like gather my thoughts and really put them down about a book. But then it just takes, especially for the NetGalley ones, I want to make them pretty comprehensive reviews, so I don't where I would normally on say Goodreads kind of write a basic, not too long review for myself. If I'm doing it for NetGalley, I want it to be a fairly decent review and kind of do the format that they prefer you to use. I mean, obviously you can do whatever you want, but yeah, I try to make it a decent review. And it takes so long, so I'm I'm a bad NetGalley person.
Yeah, so I didn't even realize that is there like some kind of template that they want you to follow? Because I always just, when I do my reviews, I try to keep them just as compact as I can because I know like when I'm reading somebody's review, if it goes on and on, like I usually I'm just skimming for like, the things that stand out to me. Like, okay, just tell me what you thought, But that's just me.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I definitely look for the things, especially when I'm looking at reviews. I tend to be looking for something in particular, so I'll skim through the reviews to see if I can find what I'm interested in that moment. Because often I don't look at reviews that often because I don't usually want to be spoiled. But if I do look at reviews, I'm looking to see what people thought of something in particular. Like if I had this thought about something, I'll look and see what people are saying about that thing. I do occasionally go back and look at reviews later on when I'm kind of, especially if I'm feeling like I don't really know how I feel about a book. I'll go back
Yeah.
and look at people's reviews because I'm like, well, what did they think about this and this and this? And then it kind of helps me understand, like, think more deeply about how I feel about the book, if that makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Amy starts with a thank you. Yes. Write why the book intrigued me. Then I say what I liked. Just like writing the keywords. Yeah. So NetGalley has like a guide that you can follow. And I did look at the guide and I kind of was trying to use it. I don't think I ever did any keywords. I didn't do that. But I would like, you start out with like a little thank you and a little like teaser in a sense. And then you write a section that's the synopsis. And then you write a section about what you liked, what you didn't like, and then what you think about the, like more in-depth thoughts about the author or the general, um, the deep
Yeah.
thinking stuff. And that's,
Okay.
and it's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Okay. Well, I just need to get over what I've been doing because it's obviously hasn't, if I give no review, it doesn't help at all either.
Right. Yeah. Well, and I think even just talking about the books, on our different social media and stuff, to me, that would be beneficial because people are hearing about the book where they wouldn't have otherwise. And so, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like free marketing. I mean, free except, for the advanced copy of the book, but
Yeah.
usually it's just the
Agreed.
ebook. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I have seen some booktubers like actually attach their video where they do the reviews. Have you
Yeah.
ever done that or anything
Well,
like that?
usually
Would you do something like that?
when I submit my NetGalley review or whatever, I will attach the links where else I've talked about it. So whether it's Instagram or
Okay.
YouTube or whatever, then or Goodreads, then I put the links there. So yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, I need to go back and review those 2 that I read and haven't ever reviewed. I can do this. I can do this. I can do
You
this.
can do it.
Yeah. Amy has a template.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
That helps. and a one-sentence summary. That's very impressive if you're able to do that. I'm very long-winded, so it's.
I think I tried to do that in my my top 5 books last year, like when I was wrapping it up and picking out my favorite ones of the year. I tried to do that, like just say a very condensed, about that book. And it is tricky to get everything that you want to say
Yeah.
in a short little sentence. But
Agreed. Yeah. 3 sentences are better than nothing. That is exactly. You're right, Amy. You're absolutely right. And Naomi hates reading the summary of a book to review. I feel it. Yeah, I know, but like that's when you read like what is a proper review for one of those things. I don't like writing a summary when I'm doing a review either. I agree with you, Naomi. I only have done it on NetGalley because I was trying to do it the way they instructed you to do it. So like this, but I prefer not to.
Yeah.
Oh, 36%.
Oh, hey.
You're getting it up there. You got this.
Say. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I haven't been asking for any books recently. I do have one book that one of the publishers actually asked to send me, so I have accepted that one. But I haven't asked for any books recently at all because I'm just being really bad at this, so there's no point in requesting any books at the moment. Do you have a lot of books? Do you tend to just pull a whole bunch of books, Danielle?
On NetGalley, you mean? Or
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the other day I'll kind of like request them in batches, and the other day I requested several. I got turned down for a few. I did get accepted for one today. It's called Once More Upon a Time, and it's by Roshni Chokshi.
Oh yeah,
Her name is a little tricky, but
yeah, I know her.
It was an audio book, and now they're putting out a print version of it. So
I know Roshni Chokshi. What did she write?
I just saw it today, and I'm drawing a blank, but yeah, I think middle grade.
Oh, Arusha and the End of Time.
Yeah,
and the Gilded Wolf.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely heard of her.
Yeah.
Let's see. Amy hates it when people copy the summary from the top of Goodreads and call it good. Yeah, that's easy. I could do that. Let's see. I should say try to make one sentence, and then usually, that's still impressive. So many old ones that I've been getting from the library because I don't love reading on my Kindle. Yeah, I'm not as big on the e-readers either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Starting with sentence, realizing they can't do it in just one sentence. That's really difficult. I like the 5 words. Like I've seen the 5 words used to describe a book, and I've done that once or twice. I do like that. Like that is kind of fun. Trying to think up the 5 words, and it doesn't feel as much of a burden as trying to come up with a whole summary for a book.
Right.
And why it didn't work for me in a positive way if possible. Oh, that's nice, Naomi. Yeah, I try to look for. I guess it depends on the book. I've never said anything. I wouldn't say anything like really cruel or mean, but I've been honest about the things that didn't work for me in a book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anne-Marie, that she did write the Arusha, which I haven't read, but I've heard it was really good. Have you read that one at all, Danielle?
No,
have you read anything
else?
Okay.
I haven't read anything else by her yet, but I want to.
Oh, okay. A virtual conference. Was it like was it a booktube kind of conference or something like that? I wonder if they'll ever do book conferences again. I know that was popular for a while. I mean, obviously it won't be anytime soon, but be curious if they plan on doing anything like that in the future.
What is it? What's a book conference?
Well, so like I know that Well, when I was living in Austin, they had this book festival in a sense where they had a whole bunch of panelists that would come in, authors, but then other panelists that would come in and, read from their book, talk about their book, or have different discussions about different books. And it was really fascinating. I really enjoyed it. But then I know that for a while, I don't know who organized it, but there were like big conferences that happened for like the book world, and a lot of booktubers would go to them, but I think they stopped that several years ago. But I don't know enough because I've only been a booktuber for a year now, so haven't read it yet, but have read the first two in the series. That's the Aru Shah series. I'm intrigued by that one. Oh, old ARCs from the library. I found out that one of my local bookstores has a whole ARC shelf, like a whole ARC section, which I haven't checked out yet, but I do want to check that out at some point because I think that's fascinating.
Yeah.
School library journal. Oh, that sounds fun. So dirty.
You're in good company, Amy.
I'm like, did you love the bookmobile when you were a kid, Danielle?
Oh my gosh, we had scholastic book fairs at my school, and like I just could not wait. Like, give me some money, Mom, because and I just there's like a certain smell or something, and like even just the library smell, like I just eat that up. I love it so much.
And the catalogs were so fun to go through the catalog and pick
which books. Circle what you want. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I saw this thing that was saying, would you love to do a scholastic book fair for adults? And so it was one of those publisher companies or Scholastic or something. And so I put myself on like notify me if you do, but all I've been getting are like all their emails, their commercial emails and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know when they'll actually do one, but apparently some point they'll hopefully do a Scholastic book fair for adults. Yeah, absolutely a tease. I have a Kobo e-reader and I tend to only use it while traveling or if I want to do a blended read in both audiobook. Oh, that sounds so fancy. Kobo e-reader. Yeah. When do I guess the only time I really ever read ebooks, aside from reading ARCs, is that like if I'm at somewhere and I end up having to wait around for a while and I'm like, oh, well, I'll pull up my phone. I've got it on Kindle or something like that. Then I'll pull up, if I don't have an actual physical book with me, then I'll pull up something like that.
Yeah.
Right. Libby is the best. Yes. I use Libby. I use Libby for all my audiobooks. It's and I actually, I've got two different library systems in my Libby, so that if I can't find it in one, I go to the other.
Nice.
Oh, cool. I haven't read anything by Nicola Yoon yet, but I know how popular Nicola Yoon is, and people love her books. Have you read anything by Nicola Yoon, Danielle?
No, I have not.
I think they're romance, or at least contemporary, and they're really popular, especially more recently. I think she just came out with something really recent, but that would be really cool. Yeah. You ready to do another one? Is everybody ready? What do you think?
Ready.
Another one? One more? One more sound good?
Yeah.
Okay,
Where'd I put my book? Found it.
Okay, should we stick with the same 15, 20, 25, 30?
Works for me.
Okay, let's see. Oops. Yeah, okay.
And go.
25 minutes.
Okay.
Let's see. Amy says, that's why I'm a teacher, so I could go to the book fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably why I'm becoming a teacher, so I can go to the book fair.
Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous.
Don't worry, I'll invite you to the book fair when we start having them.
Okay.
Okay, 25 minutes. And here we go. Yay! How'd that go?
Good. I read another almost 20 pages. I'm like getting to a good part. I know there are a lot of good parts, but I'm getting to a good part. How vague can I be?
I haven't got to that good part yet, so I'm not sure. I think I read 18 pages. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm at a part 2. We're basically seeing where the Emperor is at this point. So that's where I'm at.
Okay. I cannot tell you where I'm at. I'm sorry. I just can't. But yeah, I'm to the point where it's like getting good and I am not gonna want to put it down now. So that's kind of a good thing.
That's exciting. That's really exciting. Yeah, it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I like the pace of it. It is a fast-paced book.
Yeah.
Very fast-paced. So, but I'm enjoying that because I want to say I've been struggling recently, but I'm having a hard time sticking to one book. So, this one might convince me to. Well, I don't know because I got to get this other books back to the library. So, never mind. But it does make it hard to want to put it down. I'm at a point now where I'm like, I just want to keep reading it. So
Yeah,
we'll see. It's fast, like I think I could read it pretty quickly. So we'll see what ends up happening. I may not be able to put it down.
so on our discussion at the end of the month, are we gonna be able to talk about all these spoilery things and just have to, warn people ahead of time?
I mean, we got to be able to talk about it. Yeah, absolutely. We'll just warn people. It's going to be spoilery. We're warning, yeah. I think most people would expect it to be, well, especially because it's part of a read along. So not everybody has to have read it, but we're assuming that the people who are participating have read it or have read it in the past and want to join in on a discussion about all the things. So we can definitely talk about spoilers, I would say. Let's see. When are we going to do the discussion, the live discussion, the live stream? We haven't really figured that out yet, but that's something we need to talk about.
Yeah.
Look at our calendars and see what works best.
We'll post it in the Discord.
Yeah, I think we'll talk about that and then we'll post it in the Discord so you guys have an idea of when that's going to happen. But it will be most likely after the 31st, wouldn't you say, Danielle?
Yeah, I haven't looked that far ahead yet, but yeah.
Yeah. Nice job, Amy. If that's a middle grade book, you probably. Sorry, go ahead.
I said she's crushing it.
Yeah. I was thinking if that's a middle grade book, you're probably getting through quite a bit of it with this. Yeah, it will be fun to talk about some of the details that I'm curious about and I'd like to discuss, but like we said, we can discuss in the Discord in the sections that are spoiler okay, as long as everybody puts their sections on, what is it, mute, that they don't want to pop up in their things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't moved past chapters 1 through 5 yet because I didn't want, and I muted all the other channels because I didn't want to know all the spoilers. So so I can move on to chapters 6 through 10 now. I've made it through. Yeah. Where am I? What am I on chapter? I'm on chapter 12. So I'm making it. I'm making it somewhere.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said you're catching up to me.
Which you said chapter 17?
I think I'm on 18 now.
I probably won't catch you.
Oh, I take it back. I'm on 19.
Oh yeah. I probably won't catch you then. I need to get those other 2 books finished. And I've got a couple buddy reads that I'm working on too. So like I have my goal posts for those buddy reads, but it feels good that I got at least a good chunk of this done today.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that I made a bit of a dent. I want to keep making sure that I keep working on it so that I don't feel like I'm rushing at the end, because that wouldn't be fun for any of us. Let's see. I read nothing that sprint, but checked in with my buddy Reed friends. Heading out now, though. It's almost bedtime. I look forward to seeing what y'all think at the end of the month. It was great to have you. Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely put the information up for when the live sprints are gonna. I mean, not the live stream is gonna be. But have a good night.
Night, Krista.
So what are you thinking, What are you thinking, Danielle?
I mean, I could be done if y'all have had enough, but
Yeah, well, maybe I think I might call it, just because I need to work on some videos that I need to get up soon. Okay. But
good plan.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, this was fun.
And the next one will be on your channel.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to get that figured out between now and then.
Yeah. Well, if you need any help, just let me know. We can work on it together. Yeah, the cat is saying goodbye. Which cat is that that's screaming?
That is Mellow. She's the calico. And yeah, I don't know what she's carrying on about, but it seems important.
Not that Mellow?
Mellow, yeah.
Nightly. Thanks,
Hi.
Anne-Marie. Thanks, Naomi. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, you guys. Thanks. This was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, this was great. It was good for our first Lunaralong sprints. I think it was perfect, and yeah. I'm excited about the live stream. Actually, really excited about it. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to talk about it in detail. I think that'll be a lot more fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to just gush, because I feel like I have so much to say that I can't say. But yeah.
Yeah, we have to keep it. Like you said, I'm getting to a good point. Yeah, that's it.
Getting to the juicy part.
Yeah. Thank you, Amy. Thanks, Shelly. All right. Well, thank you so much, Danielle, and I appreciate you coming on here with me. It's my second time ever doing sprints, and I'm like, I still feel like nervous. It'll get easier and easier, I think.
Yeah. No, this was great. Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you, and I will see all of you later.
Bye, Mary.